Vasudeva Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Śrīla Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Namo Pankajanaabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangriye. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Granthraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 2, The Elephant Gajendra's Crisis. Actually, it is our crisis. Elephant Gajendra is just a medium to teach us a lesson. That how we were discussing in the last verse till text number 30 we read yesterday, that the circumstances, the power of circumstances is very important. If we are not in a favorable situation, it will weaken us. We will lose our strength, and we may not be able to fight with the battle with Maya. So we need to be in a good environment. What is that good environment? Good association of devotees, enthusiastic devotees, inspiring, those who inspire us to perform better bhakti, to be more enthusiastic in the mission of Srila Prabhupada, to chant nicely, to hear nicely, to read Bhagavatam nicely. So when we are in that company, don't we feel nourished? Like when I come here, I see all of you, I feel so nourished. That actually helps to improve my manobal. That's what Gajendra's manobal was going down. Man ka bal, the enthusiasm of the heart or the mind was getting weakened because of unfavorable situation. So let's say the fight was going on for thousands of celestial years. Gajendra's strength was reducing because he was not in a natural position being a land animal. The crocodile's strength was increasing because he was in his natural state. He was in good environment. So although he was fighting, but in good environment, his strength was getting nourished. It's a very important point to note. So we may be fighting, but if you're in a good environment with healthy, good association, then we'll have the strength to fight. Let's continue with the next verse, text number 31. Itham Gajendra sai Yadapasankatam Pranasya Dehi Vivasho Yadrichaya Aparyan Atma Vimokshane Chiram Dadhyava Imam Buddhim Athabhya Padyad. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When the king of the elephants saw that he was under the clutches of the crocodile by the will of providence and being embodied and circumstantially helpless, could not save himself from danger. He was extremely afraid of being killed. He consequently thought for a long time and finally reached the following decision. Purport: everyone in the material world is engaged in a struggle for existence. Everyone tries to save himself from the danger. When one is unable to save himself, if he is pious, he then takes shelter of the personality of the he then takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.16. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janasu kritino arjuna artha jigyasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. Four kinds of pious men, namely, one who is in danger, one who is in need of money, one who is searching for knowledge, and one who is inquisitive, begin to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in order to be saved, or to advance. The king of the elephants, in his condition of danger, decided to seek shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. After considerable thought, he intelligently arrived at this correct decision. Such a decision is not reached by a sinful man. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that those who are pious, Sukriti, can decide that in a dangerous or awkward condition, one should seek shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, the Supreme Lord. So, very, very nice verse. All of these verses are so nectarian, actually. So, he's in great danger. We will be able to really go into this pastime when we feel that this is not Gajendra's story, this is my story. And when we put ourselves in his shoes, just imagine the crocodile of death has strongly grasped the leg. The family could not help. They tried a lot. The friends could not help. His own strength could not help. Thousands of years have passed. The fight has been going on. In the midst of all that, so people say, hey, I will think about it when I am busy, when I am free. So this verse is showing the intelligent conclusion of Gajendra, how he introspected that I can't figure out on my own. He could not save. That's the message of Bhagavad Gita as well. Arjuna was trying to figure out on his own. Hey, hey Krishna, Senayorubayor Madhye, I want to see, take the chariot in the midst of the army. I want to do nirikshan. I want to analyze the whole situation. But what was the outcome? By one's own introspection, the outcome was he was totally morose. He was doubtful. He just gave up. But then later he intelligently decided to take shelter of Krishna. So intelligent people, Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta, those who have good intelligence, Prabhupada mentions this point at multiple places. The sinful people, the faithless people, the people with bad intelligence, they can't take to Krishna consciousness. Only intelligent people are able to understand that this life is meant to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. That is the real source of all happiness. That is the real solution to all the problems. That is the real solution to birth, death, old age, etc. So, Gajendra reached to although it was late, although he did try for a very long time, it was late, but better late than never, right? Better late than never. And Prabhupada explains 4 types of people approach the Lord. And in Kali Yuga, actually, majority of them are troubled. Majority of them. Some rares are really searching for truth. So there are two categories mainly. One who are troubled or one who are looking for desires. It could be desire for money, desire for job, or give me wife, give me children, give me husband, give me a new home, give me a job. Give. There's a big list or they are troubled. So two main categories. But there are others as well, Jnani and Jigyasu as well. So four kinds of people. Now Gajendra was in which situation? Yeah, Gajendra was also troubled. The crocodile of death was kind of chewing him, and his life was at stake. He realized, well, I can't win over. So it reminds me of a story of a frog. And His Grace, one senior devotee was mentioning this point, that many elephants go through this, right? Many elephants, I think in the Vandanam class, Amrinda Prabhu was mentioning this point. But why Gajendra is in the pages of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? Because he decided, he came up with this idea. He came up with the following decision, which he's going to speak in the following verses. Not every elephant does that. Therefore, not only every elephant is special, but Gajendra is special. Why? Because of his choice, of his free will to take shelter of the Lord. It reminds me of the example of a frog. A frog, when it's put in boiling water, imagine a pan of water, and then the frog is in it. So right now the frog, the water is at normal temperature. It's not hot. It's at room temperature. So the frog can easily live in there, and he's fine. But now you turn on the gas, and now the water is starting to heat. It's not, it won't heat in 1 second. So it's slowly heating. Now the frog, what he is doing, the frog is in danger now. It's a threatening situation. But the water is going to heat slowly. That means the temperature will increase slowly. Now he is utilizing all of his energy to adjust to the surroundings, to adjust and adjust and adjust. He is using all his energy. All his energy is going, and his energy level is coming down. And finally, he is dead. Why? Because he was an ordinary frog. He did not take shelter of the Lord. Gajendra is special. Many elephants may come in the grip of the crocodile and they will be dead. But Gajendra, before Antakal se pehle, before that prana prayan samay kafavata pittai, so before the time of death, better we take shelter before only. So Gajendra realized that fact. The ordinary frog we were talking about, he was busy adjusting. So we should not be just busy adjusting to the Maya. Yes, we have to do the needful, but the point is, the earlier we take shelter of the Lord, the better it will be for us. The more we delay or procrastinate, the more difficult it will be. Gajendra took the intelligent decision. Helpless, very, very important. Any other comments or additions in this text? Any questions? Okay. We'll read next verse. Who would like to read? Anyone willing? Very, very inspired. I guess everyone get a chance once, and now who's really, really inspired to read? Anyone will raise their hand who would like to read? Ramohan Prabhu, you want to read? Mm-hmm.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and pranam or Gurus.
Oh, you are on mute, Prabhu. Sorry.
Okay. Namam ime jnanataya aturam gaja kutta karinya prabhavanti muchitam grahena pasena vidhatur avarto piyat aham chatam yami param parayanam. Could you please scroll, Prabhuji? Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The other elephants, who are my friends and relatives, could not rescue me from this danger. What then to speak of my wives? They cannot do anything. It is by the will of providence that I have been attacked by this crocodile, and therefore I shall seek shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always shelter of everyone, even of great personalities. Purport. The material world is described as padam padam yad vipadam, which means that at every step there is danger. A fool wrongly thinks that he is happy in this material world, but in fact he is not. For one who thinks that way is only illusionary, and at every step, at every moment, there is danger. In modern civilization, one thinks that if he has a nice home and a nice car, his life is perfect. In the Western countries, especially in America, it is very nice to possess a good car, but as soon as one is on the road, there is danger because at any moment an accident may take place and one will be killed. The record actually shows that so many people die in such accidents. Therefore, if we actually think that this material world is a very happy place, this is our ignorance. Real knowledge is that this material world is full of danger. We may struggle for existence as far as our intelligence allows and may try to take care of ourselves, but unless the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, ultimately save us from danger, our attempts will be useless. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says, Balasya Neha Saranam Pitaro Nisimha Nartasya Kagadam Udanvati Majato Nau Taptasya Tat Pratavidhir Ya Jnanajasestas Tavad Vibho Tanu Bhratam Tvad Upeksitanam. We may invent so many ways to be happy or to counteract the dangers of this material world. But unless our attempts are sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they will never make us happy. Those who try to be happy without taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are mudhas, rascals. Namam duksritino mudha parapadyante narhadhama. Those who are lowest of men refuse to take to Kṛṣṇa consciousness because they think that they will be able to protect themselves without Kṛṣṇa's care. This is their mistake. The decision of the king of the elephants, Gajendra, was correct in such dangerous position. He sought shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. Back to you, Prabhuji.
You tell Prabhu something, your realizations, your reflections from this text.
Well, Prabhuji, basically it's teaching us our hard head that we should and we must take shelter of Kṛṣṇa Bhagavan. In that way, we would be protected, and whatever dangers is there to come to our path would be like, if it's a mountain of dangers, it will become a molehill once we have the blessings of our Lord Kṛṣṇa. Thank you, Prabhuji. That's my take on this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. This is the turning point in Gajendra's story. Until this point, he was just fighting and thinking, hey, I will win. We shall overcome. One day, someday. In Hindi also they say, Hum honge kamyab ek din. right? The point is, until we take shelter of Krishna, we'll never be successful. That's what Gajendra is teaching. Because how can we overcome? How can we overcome the material energy? Mamevya prapadyante maya metam tarantiti. Krishna, the manufacturer, is giving the solution that if you take shelter of me, then yes, you can overcome. By your own effort, oh, Devi Esha Gudamai Mamma Aduratya. You can't overcome. Even though you are Gajendra, the king of elephants, you are a big engineer, lawyer, wealthy, rich, American, Indian, all those designations does not really matter. We cannot overcome on our own. Let's really meditate upon this verse. Namam ime gyatya. Gyatya means knows. So people whom we know. Whom do we know? Our friends, relatives, right? Aturam gajaha. Aturam means when he was in distress. Arthi. When in great distress, the elephant was in great distress. The friends could not protect. What about the Karinyaha, referring to the wives? Kuta Karinya. Did the wives were able to help? No. The wives were not also able to help. They could not do anything. Prabhavanti mochitum. Grahena pasena. Graha. Graha means the crocodile. Graha se gaj ko fand chodayo. There's a bhajan also. Graha is the crocodile. Pasha. Pash is the ropes. We discuss about Yama Pash in the Chaurashtakam bhajan also we sing Yama Pasha Bandham. Chinatsi Ghoram Yama Pasha Bandham. Bhinatsi Bhimam Bhava Pasha Bandham. So Pasha means the ropes. Talking about ropes, Damodara is coming tomorrow. Vidhatu. It is by the providence. So rather than trying to see, hey, why does this happen? It is Lord's arrangement. So sometimes we just have to accept the situations and just take full shelter of the Lord. We have to do our dutiful endeavor, but if we keep trying, it's not that. Sometimes we just have to accept the situation and just surrender. My Lord, you only handle this. So it is by the will of the providence. Vidhata ki vidhi. Se bolte hain Vidhata. Vidhata is so. Vidhatu is by the providence. Avritaha. I'm captured. I'm in such a position. And then what? Tam, that Supreme Lord. Yami, take shelter of Param, who is transcendental. Param is Purushottam, or who's Purushottama is Param. Para Yanam. And who is the shelter of even all the demigods, like Brahma and Shiva. So basically, the essence is what Gajendra is teaching by his example, that we must take shelter of the Supreme Lord. That is the right conclusion. That is what an intelligent person does. That is what will help us to get out of the cycle of birth and death. A sinful person, a faithless person, just tries to solve things on one's own endeavor or by one's wealth. Hey, I know good friends. I know good doctors. I know this. I have a lot of bank balance. I can figure out on my own. Okay, Krishna says, good luck. Kamala dala jala jivana talamala. This birth, this life is like a drop of water on the lotus petal. We don't know what's going to come. Will our friends save us from death? Will the best of the doctors save one from death? Will one's bank balance save one from death? Will one's degree save one from death? No. Only Krishna. Narottam Das Thakur says in Gauranga Karuna Koro Bhajana, Porichi bhavatufane nahika nistara. I'm caught up in this violent hurricane of this material world. Nahika nistara, there is no exit. Shri Charana Tarani Dane Dase Korupora. But there is one exit. What is that exit? What is that way to get out of the cycle of birth and death? Shri Charana, the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. That is the only way, only way, only way. So Gajendra is now fully realized about this fact that the only way is to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Any other comments, questions anyone has?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How does the Lord differentiate the prayer, one who genuinely surrenders? So we understand that person. But one who just prays the Lord time to time according to his needs. So how does the Lord differentiate these two jivas basically? Let me put it this way. Does the Lord accept their prayer also? Even though that is being basically benefited for their material benefit actually.
Yetamam prapadyante tam satay bhajamiham. As we approach, the Lord will reciprocate. Now Gajendra was taking shelter of Lord, and we'll see later in his prayers. He was fully confident. He was not asking, give me more strength. He was not asking, give me better friends. He was not asking, give me, take me out of this water. He was only asking, oh my Lord, you are my real shelter. I want to surrender unto you in a complete helpless state. So the Lord is not merely looking for the words, so whatever is in the heart. Jiski jaisi bhavna, that's the Lord is bhavagrahi. He will see not just the words. So the words are just the expression of the feelings of the heart. So what is going on in my heart? Am I praying to the Lord because, hey, my father told me if I don't pray, then he'll hit me, or he'll say something, he'll punish me. Or am I praying to the Lord because tomorrow I have an exam, which is fine. I mean, it's not the ideal, as we had a whole 2-hour lecture about Vandanam. So did you hear that? Were you there this last week?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So the essence is what is in our heart. The Lord will reciprocate accordingly. If someone has material desires, the Lord will say, okay, I'll help you, but slowly, gradually. But if someone is really calling like Gajendra in that helpless mood, the Lord will reciprocate in that way. Does that help?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Ekant Prabhu, you want to read? So maybe two devotees can read this.
Hare
Longer
Krishna,
for
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. Text 33. Yah kaschanesho balino antago koragat prachanda vegat abhidhavato brisham bhitam prapannam paripati yadbhayan mrityu pradhavati aranam tam imahi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Shri Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly not known to everyone, but He is very powerful and influential. Therefore, although the serpent of eternal time, which is fearful in force, endlessly chases everyone, ready to swallow him, if one who fears the serpent seeks shelter of the Lord gives him protection, for even death runs away in fear of the Lord. I therefore surrender unto him, the great and powerful supreme authority, who is the actual shelter of everyone. Purport. One who is intelligent understands that there is a great and supreme authority above everything. That great authority appears in different incarnations to save the innocent from disturbances. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. The Lord appears in his various incarnations for two purposes: to annihilate the dushkriti, the sinful, and to protect his devotees. The king of the elephants decided to surrender unto him. This is intelligent. One must know that great supreme personality of Godhead and surrender unto him. The Lord comes personally to instruct us how to be happy, and only fools and rascals do not see by intelligence this supreme authority, the supreme person. In the Shruti mantra, it is said, Bishasmadvatha pavate Bishodeti Suryaha Bishasmad Agnischandrascha Mrityudhavati Panchamaha. It is out of fear of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that the wind is blowing, that the sun is distributing heat and light, and that death is chasing everyone. Thus, there is a supreme controller, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyateschaраcharam. This material manifestation is working so well because of the supreme controller. Any intelligent person, therefore, can understand that there is a supreme controller. Furthermore, the supreme controller himself appears as Lord Krishna, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and as Lord Ramachandra to give us instructions to show us by example how to surrender unto the supreme personality of Godhead. Yet those who are Drishkriti, the lowest of men, do not surrender. Namam Drishkritino Mudha Prapadyante Naradhamaha. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord clearly says, Mrityu Sarva Haraschaha. I am all devouring death. Thus, Mrityu or death is the representative who takes everything from the living entity who has accepted a material body. No one can say, I do not fear death. This is a false proposition. Everyone fears death. However, one who seeks shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be saved from death. One may argue, does the devotee not die? The answer is that a devotee certainly must give up his body, for the body is material. The difference is, however, that one who surrenders to Krishna fully and is protected by Krishna, the present body is his last. He will not again receive a material body to be subjected to death. This is assured in Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam iti so Arjuna. A devotee, after giving up his body, does not accept a material body but returns home, back to Godhead. We are always in danger because at any moment death can take place. It is not that only Gajendra, the king of elephants, was afraid of death. Everyone should fear death because everyone is caught by the crocodile of eternal time and may die at any moment. The best course, therefore, is to seek shelter of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and be saved from the struggles of existence in this material world in which one repeatedly takes birth and dies. To reach this understanding is the ultimate goal of life. Thank you, Prabhuji.
To tell something that you learned or understood from this verse?
Prabhuji, what I understood was the crocodile here is like time, and everyone will go through in their life fear of death, and it chases everyone constantly. But if we take shelter of the lotus feet, his protection is always like Abhay for us. And I've heard in last week's class, it's not that Gajendra has grown his own flowers or his own things. He has not given anything that is his own. He's actually giving God that the God himself has created, like the flowers, the prayers, the slokas, everything. The God has himself created all that. But the consciousness or the surrender that Gajendra has is what the God himself has come to protect him. So I think it's high time that we have to take shelter because of everything that's happening around us. That's what I understood, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very nice for reading and sharing your reflections. This is the last verse of this chapter. So who is speaking this verse? Who is speaking this verse? Anyone? Shukdev Goswami is speaking. But actually he is speaking the heart of Gajendra. So, because he's a Mahajan, so these are basically thoughts of Gajendra. So Shukdev Goswami is speaking, but this is what is going on as we discussed in the last verse. After introspecting for a long time, all the last three verses are his Gajendra's intelligent decision. He reached to the following decision. So what was his decision? Basically his thought that the Lord is very, very powerful. Mrityu, which everyone is afraid of. Anyone who's not afraid of death? Anyone? One time? No. Death, the tiger of death came to a young person. And the tiger said, it came to an old person. And the old person said that I don't fear death. And that day only the tiger came and caught him in the jungle. And he said, today I will eat you and I'll drink your blood. And the person said, well, I'm old and my blood is cold. Why don't you go to a young person and he has more flesh and young blood, hot blood? Tiger said, no, I want to drink cold drink today. So I will drink you only. So it's a joke, but the point is that there are no atheists in the foxhole. The point is at the time of death, everyone says, God help me, everyone help me. No one says, oh death, I embrace you. The only one is like Guru Maharaj. Well, death becomes as a stepping stone for such a person who takes complete shelter of the Lord. The Mrityus, death personified, became a stepping stone to step in the Vaikuntha airplanes. We read that in Canto 4 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So to a devotee, death is not death. Like a cat carries the kitten, the baby, the child in the mouth. And the cat also carries the rat in the mouth. But when the cat carries the rat, it's the end. The end means the cat will devour. But when the cat carries the baby, the mother carrying the baby in the mouth, then the mother just takes the baby to the safer place. So similarly, the body of a devotee will also die or perish. But what does that mean? The Lord will transpose his child, his son, his daughter to a safer place. It could be a next birth in a devotee family, or it could be back home to Godhead, back to Godhead. So death is not same for a devotee and a non-devotee. Externally, the body may be burnt or whatever. That's not the point, because that's not the real identity. So when Kṛṣṇa says, I will protect, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, and then someone will question, hey, Kṛṣṇa is saying Name Bhakta Pranashyati, my devotee will never perish. That does not mean the devotee will not die, or the body of the devotee will not die. That's the right way to put it. The body will die. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu dhruva janma mritasya cha. One who is born will die. For the body, it's a fundamental 101 of Bhagavad Gita. So, but Krishna talks about spiritual protection. The real protection is the protection of Atma, consciousness, the spiritual life. So an intelligent person is one who takes shelter of Krishna. And that is the real way to be free from all the fears, stress, insecurities in life. We all go through that stress, corona, diseases, birth, old age, disease, so much stress, so much insecurity. But if one takes shelter of Krishna, then one becomes transcendental to these. And why? Because Mrityu, everyone is fearful of Mrityu. Who is death fearful of? Question. Who is death fearful of?
Krishna.
Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Multiple verses are there in this. Mrityu pradhavati. Dhavati means Mrityu runs. When when Krishna is in Mrityu sees Krishna, then Mrityu runs. Not just walks, not just runs, but pradhav, intense running. So that means Mrityu cannot touch a devotee. And we discuss what that means. And the example of Dhruv Maharaj, the example of any devotee actually. The cat and the kitten example also we discussed. So all these examples, and there are many more examples as well. And if Krishna wants, Krishna can also protect, like how he protected Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Uttara from Brahmastra, which no one could protect. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tvat abhayam pashya yatra mrityu parasparam. That also says that. Na anyam tvat abhayam pashya yatra mrityu parasparam. Parasparam means जब death के आमना सामना. Parasparam. जब death के आमने सामने, when you're face to face with death, no one else can help. It's one-on-one interview, but one can help. Who? Krishna. So Uttara did not call, hey, Arjuna, Yudhishthira, help me. No. Only Krishna can help, or his pure devotees can help. Therefore, devotees chant when the person is leaving the body, they chant. Or that's very nice. So, Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhakta can help. That's the real essence, and Gajendra is showing by his example that is the right thing to do, to be free from the struggle of material life and to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. The earlier we do, the better it will be. Any comments, any other additions, questions?
Prabhuji, I like in the purport it said it's intelligent. I really like that word. Intelligence, I've seen today I was seeing so many videos about space and astronauts and all that. And Prabhupada with his purport, just I feel that's not intelligence. Just with his purport, I feel that now.
That's so true. You are very intelligent. All of you are very intelligent. That's real intelligence, actually. That's so true. Thank you. Yes, someone else was. Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Danvatanam to all devotees. Prabhuji, this verse is very, very, very powerful. If someone really, really feels that fear of death and that pain of separation from your loved ones, I think it's the worst feeling, and there is no cure for that. And when we go to the shelter of Krishna, he converts that fear into the faith. Because I've gone through this, so I can say it very confidently. It's something that will really rescue you. When I started reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, before that I never read Bhagavatam. It was my first time when my parents expired. And after reading Bhagavatam, my fear gradually turned into the faith, I can say. That faith that, okay, it happened gradually that I started realizing that death is inevitable. We will go through this, or someone else will bear the same pain for us. But what will protect you is your bhakti. It will give you the strength to nullify that fear. And it really works wonders. at times it gives you the strength that when Krishna is there with you, everything is very easy. And we should pass on it to our family also, because one day they will also suffer from this. Either they will have the fear of separation from us at times, then when generations are going, everyone is going through this process. So it should be our aim also to tell our near ones, dear ones, that this is the process of life. And once what we are experiencing, if it is passed on to them, it will be wonderful for them also. When their time will come to bear that pain, they will be already prepared. They will be so much into bhakti that it won't be the same for them. And when I was reading the Canto 1, there was one verse. This verse was mentioned when they say it is the entry of Kṛṣṇa in Bhagavatam, when Ashwatthama at the Brahmastra for Arjuna, this verse was said by Arjuna. It is like this: Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa Mahabhaho Bhakta Nam Abhayankara Tvameva Eko Dharmananam Apavargah Asi Sansmritehe. So when Arjun says that Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa Mahabhaho Bhakta Nam Abhayankara, so he's like Krishna is the one who gives his devotees abhay. So if we really recite it, it's like, it's wonderful. I mean, the complete feeling of having faith, having that bhakti in Krishna, it gives you the strength. And then you really feel, okay, you are free from, you are getting free from all these miseries gradually. The ultimate misery, you are getting free from that. Feel that. It's my true realization. Hey Krishna.
Thank you. That's so inspiring to hear from you, and your sincerity and is seen in every word. Thank you. Any other comments? Any other questions? Additions? So tomorrow onwards begins the most auspicious month of Kartik. It's a very, very auspicious month. Now you may say, hey, every week or something there is something auspicious coming. Why? we read the Lord comes personally to instruct us how to be happy. Only fools and rascals do not see by intelligence this supreme authority. We read today only, see? The Lord comes or arranges special occasions like the Kartik month or the festivals, Purushottam month, etc., etc. So intelligent people are very smart. They make a lot of advancement. They make the best use of this time because it is Lord's arrangement to make us happy. And real happiness is to make more spiritual progress. So not going in all the details, but most of you are already aware that we must offer lamp, we must sing Damodarashtakam. And guess what? We must read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And guess what? What section should we read in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? Guess what? Anyone guesses? Which section is specially recommended to read in the month of Kartik? Any guesses?
I guess Gajendra's prayer, Prabhuji, because first we had Brahma's prayer, so I'm just thinking it should be Gajendra's prayer. It's a guess.
Well, it's a guess, but it's a very good and the correct guess. And the right answer is Gajendra's prayer. And look at the will of the providence. What will we start from Monday? Chapter 3, Gajendra's prayers of surrender. Isn't that amazing? See, the Lord, this is actually the Lord's sign, for a faithless and, they'll say, what this is. But as devotees, we should see this is Lord's mercy. This was not really planned by our tiny intelligence. This is Lord's plan. So yes, tomorrow Vamsilas Prabhu will arrange the Prabhupada Katha for us on the auspicious occasion of Sharad Purnima. Then His Grace Adigadar Prabhu will speak on Shankachura Part 2. We must be waiting for that. Who remembers Part 1? So if you want, you can try to refresh, and then Part 2 will be even sweeter. So, and then Monday onwards, we will read the Gajendra's prayers of surrender. And like we did in Purushottam month, the extra 15 minutes of Purushottam month reading, there are a lot of prayers and to-dos in Kartik month also. So who all would like to join? If I kind of figure out a plan, what extra 15 minutes we can cover up in the first, before this class. Like Shishtashtakam is recommended, Nectar of Instruction is recommended, and I was thinking we can cover these 8 verses of Shishtashtakam and 11 verses of Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction every day. And by the end, you'll memorize all those 19 verses. Right? It's a good plan. What do you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Haribol,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Good plan.
All of your enthusiasm is so high, it just inspires so much. So I wish you all very, very happy Kartik month. Very, very precious, very, very important. You may have heard many, many lectures and you'll continue to hear about the glories of Kartik. But let's take some vows. I'm going to develop a checklist and then send it out tomorrow. So you can make your checklist and take some references. If you want, you can, I'll send a Word document so you can revise it and put it at a critical place at your home or kitchen, wherever you feel it's a critical place, strategic place. We can see it multiple times, and let's try to do that. And the good thing is now by the association of devotees, it helps. We are having the morning japa call also for those who want to join. It's kind of going on 5 to 7 every day. It has really helped me, and thanks to Renuka Mataji who took this or gave this idea. So from last 2 weeks we have been doing, and so if you want to join, you're more than welcome. I can add you to those lamp offering, Bhagavatam reading we are doing together. We'll chant Shishtashtakam, we'll chant Nectar of Instruction. So most of the things when we do together, it adds multiple times more benefit. So thank you again for your wonderful enthusiasm, and I wish you again happy Kartik. So let's follow it nicely, and also get extra mercy. Extra mercy means commission. Commission means try to inspire others to also take the advantage of Kartik. So if they do, let's say you inspired your friend, neighbor, colleague, anyone, and if they offer a lamp, not only will they get it benefit, you will get a commission. It's a transcendental spiritual commission. So they will not lose anything. They will also get, you will also get. So thank you so much. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Sorry.
No particular Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji. Last time we had chapter 15. This time, no. For Kartik.
Bhagavad Gita. I mean, the point is the more is always merrier. So there is no one kind of stopping us, but the goal is 24 hours. But just to keep So if you want to do it individually or in a smaller group, that's fine. So
Yes, Prabhuji. Any suggestions, Prabhuji, like for me individually to read? Because that was good doing in Purushottam daily reading the particular 15th chapter was good.
Yes. If you like, let's see what His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu is recommending on his Chad website. So it's always good to follow his suggestion. In Chad, he uploads. They upload the chapter of the month, so it's always good to follow that curriculum. Chapter 9 is good. Devotional service is, and if you want, you can do the top 50 verses of Bhagavad Gita. So you can every day do that, which is also a very nice idea. And by the time every day you do top 50 verses, then you will learn all those 50 verses in no time. Right? If you want,
that's a good suggestion, Prabhuji.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, top 50 verses, they're available. I can send those to you in the group. So you can do that.
Yes, Prabhuji. For 1 month, it would be good. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely.
Hare Krishna.
Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Nitya Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai, Shri Gajendra Bhakta Gajendra ki jai, Shri Kartika Maas ki jai. Thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.